Hope you all having a good weekend. We finally got our monstrosity on the pasture, and it rained a lot yesterday, so it was actually pretty hard to do, but I wanted to show you our Batmobile Eggmobile. And this is a 24.5 foot by 12-foot structure. I had to learn how to weld to get this done. As automatic watering system with, as you can see, a rain catching system, and that's a 50-gallon drum. It's on wheels, but I think the one thing that I'm going to change, I'm gonna put bigger wheels on. These are trailer wheels that I had, but I think ultimately these wet days, when it's super wet, it's harder to move a structure that's about 1,500 pounds. And so I think in the future, more and more, even small farms are going to have similar structures because they could move them daily. And this is ultimately going to house up to 350 lane hens. There'll be a little bit of just adding on, and they're going to be on pasture like this. Right now there's pullets in there, so I'm keeping them inside, and it's chilly at night, but they have fresh pasture daily, and so they're on the pasture also. And from the front, it's a metal welded design that I had to learn how to weld, and everything was just a learning curve and a learning adjustment. And so there is 120 little pullets from 5 weeks old to about 2.5 months old here, and they're not sharing because they came from different pens. But as you can see, with 120 pullets, and some are, about a month away from laying, a month and a half away from laying, there doesn't look like, they don't have any space. So the feeders are like this. They're from hatching time. I like them because they could get in, and they're, we're not wasting feed. We're just going to add about 3 more on this side right here. But these kind of feeders work a lot better for that reason. And oh, all right, chill out. That one's mean. So this right here is the automatic water line. They're slowly figuring it out, and yeah, it doesn't take them much time to figure it out. There we go. So it's gravity fed, as you can see from way down there. The gravity fed line. I just have to still adjust a few things, but right there is how the line is going. I'll show you on the other side. This is going to be the roost. It's 14 foot, so 14 foot by about 4 feet, with, you can see, just dividers everywhere. And so this roost is going to hold, I think, close to 200 hens, and then we'll have to add some roosts, but it's fairly large, 14 foot long. This whole structure is, for what I've built, is fairly massive. And these are the best nest boxes, so they just go down like this when they're going to be laying. Right now we're keeping them up, and the eggs are gonna roll like that. Super easy. Keep your eggs clean. They don't pay us, but to me, it seems like it's worth it after dealing with 30 eggs and hens getting in and sometimes even eating their eggs. So it's an investment because each one I think it's about $300. And so these are just okay. Okay, just got in. Okay. So they're getting a little bit scared. They're trying to figure things out. But overall, it's fairly, it's a fairly simple design. So when it's like this, okay, yep, that one's trying to get out. It's a, very simple design, but for 120 pullets, it doesn't feel like, it's full at all, and they're going to be on fresh pasture every single day. So we just put them in, and you can see even in the winter time, there's plenty of grass for them to eat. And this is going to be ultimately we're going to be selling pasture-raised pullets that we're going to move daily. We wanted to have a program that sells pasture-raised pullets. And I think that there's this difference between them, growing out on pasture and having fresh grass daily over, being cooped up. And so this is how this structure is. It's just a metal structure, 12 by 24 and a half, and dividers, everywhere. A center beam, so nothing would, sag. Yeah, I've had to learn how to weld this, but I think I'm happy with how it turned out. Let's get out. Make sure you put something like that on, because you're going to have to deal with yourself being locked in. And a little carabiner there. Let's go around. As you can see, this is a rain catching system on the sides. And there, the barrel, there's 10 foot, 12 foot, so about 32 feet of total, capacity. And just in the middle, there's a hole, and there's just two of these little filtered nets, gutter nets, whatever they're called. And you can see just a heavy duty chain. So we're holding down, that weight. It's going to hold, easily 3-4 times that weight. And so that's how that goes. But ultimately, I was thinking, even if it rains 50 days a year, not coming out here when it's horrible and raining, it's going to be nice. So yeah, free range. Ultimately, they'll be coming out and eating grass outside also, as soon as we train them a little bit. And if you're buying a pullet from us, not only are they eating organic only, non-GMO only, they're also being moved daily. And so the pullet that you're buying from us is extremely healthy because it's on fresh pasture. So it's pasture-raised pullets, and ultimately we want to sell pasture-raised ducks, pasture-raised chicken, pasture-raised eggs. So every single day we're moving all the coops that we're selling the live animals from. And I think ultimately this is the way we're going to do it. So the egg mobile, I'm happy with it. Let me know what you think, and hope y'all have a good weekend, and God bless.